Wow. Nintendo, you have truly outdone yourself this time. So instead of Mario Kart 9, Nintendo have released DLC for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Now at the start, I was a little bit disappointed. I was like, no, I just want a Mario Kart 9. Although the more I thought about it, I think this makes more sense from a business point of view as well as a social point of view. So let's just reveal some of the numbers for the sales for the Nintendo Switch. The Nintendo Switch has sold 103.54 million units, which is just insane. I think that's more than the Nintendo Wii and the original PlayStation sales. I think it's 4th in the best-selling video games of all time. I think the only 3 consoles that still has more units are the Nintendo Game Boy, the Nintendo DS, and the PlayStation 2. I think they're the only consoles that I think that sold more than the Nintendo Switch. And if we take a look at Mario Kart 8, it sells 43.35 million copies of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe have been sold. It is the best-selling Nintendo Switch game. So, of course, Nintendo are going to produce even more sales for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe by releasing DLC. Because if they just release Mario Kart 9, the sales for Mario Kart 8 is just going to stop. Because everyone's just going to stop buying that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and just start buying Mario Kart 9. And I think that could hurt the Switch sales a bit, considering the fact how Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, almost half the people that own a Switch own Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So it will make so much sense from a business point of view for Nintendo to add in more content to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe so it can produce even more sales and sell even more Switches, since this game is already a clear system seller, since it is the best-selling game for Nintendo Switch. So if you think of it that way, I think it makes more sense and it is a better decision to make DLC for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, so then people will still keep playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and have more of a reason to play this game, rather than completely ditching Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the best-selling Nintendo Switch game, and just buying a completely different game. So I don't think this is Nintendo being lazy whatsoever. I think this is a really smart and a really clever business move for Nintendo to try and sell even more copies of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and even more Nintendo Switches. So I am totally okay with what Nintendo's doing, and I think Nintendo, I have a feeling though that this might be the last thing Nintendo might ever do to Mario Kart. I think they're just going to release this DLC and then that will be it. I think after that they might do like a Nintendo Kart or move on to other of their franchises, maybe Donkey Kong Racing or Kirby Kart or Legend of Zelda Kart or something like that, or maybe just a Nintendo Kart, kind of what they're doing with Smash Bros. So I think this might be the last ever project they're ever going to do consisting just the Mario Kart title. And if that is true, I think this is an epic way to end off the Mario Kart series. Nintendo is giving us 48 Mario Kart tracks, and I think they're all going to be retro tracks. I don't think any of them are going to be new tracks, and I'm totally okay with that. We've already got 48 tracks in the base game of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and Nintendo's going to add 48 more tracks to the original 48, which brings our grand total for the entirety of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe to 96. 96 Mario Kart tracks. 96. That's 4 short of 100. That is insane. So in a way, this is kind of Mario Kart the top 100, or, well, because it's 4 short, it's Mario Kart the top 96. And quite frankly, I don't know about you, but I am dead excited for this. So how Nintendo is going to do this is that they're going to split up the 48 tracks in the DLC into 6 waves, and each wave is going to have 8 tracks in it. And any of those 8 tracks can range from any tracks from Super Mario Kart through to Mario Kart 7, obviously not Mario Kart 8, and some tracks from Mario Kart Tour. Now, I haven't played Mario Kart Tour, so for me, the Mario Kart Tour tracks are going to be pretty much nitro tracks in my eyes. So I'm really excited to finally get to play the Mario Kart Tour tracks. Now, Nintendo has already given us the tracks that is going to come out in the first wave. So the first wave is the Golden Mushroom Cup. So iOS Paris Promenade is going to start it off Then we're going to have 3DS Toad Circuit, then N64 Choco Mountain. I cannot wait to finally play Choco Mountain again. It's such an awesome track, my favourite track in Mario Kart 64. I cannot wait to play this track in HD. I think that's the track I'm looking forward to playing the most, N64 Choco Mountain. And afterwards, Wii Coconut Mall, again, one of my favourite tracks in Mario Kart Wii. Cannot wait to play that track again. Then we're going to have the Lucky Cat Cup, which is going to be iOS Tokyo Blur, DS Shroom Ridge, GBA Sky Garden. Now, my word, when I first saw the footage for Sky Garden, I thought this was going to be a brand new track. It looks so different. I can barely recognise it. And then finally, iOS Ninja Hideaway from Mario Kart Tour. So those are going to be the first tracks, and they're all going to be confirmed in Wave 1, which is coming out in literally just over a month. Wow, that's such a short time. And so obviously we don't know what Waves 2 through 6 is going to be. So in this video, I'm going to be predicting what Waves 2 through to 6 is going to be. So obviously, as we can tell from Choco Mountain, Coconut Mall and Sky Garden, since those tracks have already made a remake in other Mario Kart games, I don't think Nintendo really cares about which tracks have been remade and which tracks haven't been remade. I think they're just going to remake them regardless of whether they've been in previous Mario Karts or not. So I'm going to use the same formula for all the other ways. So let's start off with Wave 2. So the first cup of Wave 2 is the Turnip Cup. And the first track of the Turnip Cup, I think it's going to be GCN Dino Jungle. And then the second one is going to be GBA Sunset Wilds. Now, obviously, you all know how much I want Sunset Wilds to come back. So I think it's finally going to be its time to shine. And also, its inclusion in Mario Kart Tour proves that Nintendo hasn't actually forgotten about this track. So let's hope in the next wave, GBA Sunset Wilds is going to be out. After that, I think N64 Banshee Boardwalk is going to come back. And then after that, it's going to be DS Airship Fortress. Again, a really good track, really popular fan favourite track, and also technically my all-time favourite track in the Mario Kart franchise. So I think DS Airship Fortress is definitely due to come back very soon. So after the Turnip Cup, we have the Propeller Cup. So I think the first track of the Propeller Cup is going to be GBA Cheap Cheap Island. Again, a track that hasn't been remade yet. It got brought back in Mario Kart Tour, but it needs to come back on the console game. So I think this is going to be its time to shine, just like Sunset Wilds. And after that, similarly, I think Vanilla Lake 2 is going to come back. Vanilla Lake 1 came back in Mario Kart Tour, so I think maybe Nintendo might bring back Vanilla Lake 2 instead of Vanilla Lake 1. So that's why I'm going for 2 over 1. Then after that, I think it's going to be Mushroom Gorge, another fan favourite track and a really popular track in Mario Kart Wii. So that one's due to come back, I think. And then the last track of the Propeller Cup and of Wave 2, I think it's going to go back to Mario Kart Tour and do iOS New York Minutes. And that is going to be the end of Wave 2. So Wave 3 is going to feature the Rock Cup and the Moon Cup. So let's go to the Rock Cup first. I think the first one is going to be SNES Chocolate Island 2. Now that did come back in Mario Kart DS, but I think it's going to come back again. And after that, I think it'll be 3DS Shy Guy Bazaar. Nintendo kind of likes this track, honestly, because I think that was one of the first retro tracks to come back in Mario Kart Tour. So I wouldn't be too surprised to see this track come back. And after that, I think it's going to be N64 Warrior Stadium. Of course, the only Mario Kart 64 track not to be brought back. It just makes too much sense to bring this back and to remake the entirety of Mario Kart 64. So I think N64 Warrior Stadium is going to come back. And afterwards, I think it's going to be Wii Cooper Cape. Now, I really don't like the Mario Kart 7 remake of Wii Cooper Cape. However, I really like the original. So I think Nintendo should give it another chance to try and improve this track. So that's why I'm going to go for Wii Cooper Cape to conclude the Rock Cup. After that is going to be the Moon Cup, so it's going to start off with Wii Daisy Circuit. Now, I love to see this track come back. I think Nintendo's kind of forgotten this track kind of exists, which is a big shame. So let's hope Nintendo remembers of this track's existence, because I think it will look so good in HD. So I think Wii Daisy Circuit is going to come back for the first track of the Moon Cup. And afterwards, I think N64 Koopa Troopa Beach is going to come back. Nintendo kind of likes this track as well, brought it back in Mario Kart 7 and in Mario Kart Tour, so why not bring it back again? Next up is GBA Lakeside Park. Now, this track is really forgotten. I think Nintendo's totally forgotten about this track, so let's hope that they remember it and bring it back, because it will look really good. And then finally, to conclude Wave 3, I think it will be 3DS Daisy Hills, another really good track that's due to have a remake. Okay, so we're now on to wave 4. So we start off with the Berry Cup, or I think that's what it's going to be called, I'm not really too sure. I think it's going to start off with another Mario Kart Tour track, Vancouver Velocity. Another really good track, and honestly I would love to see that come back. After that, I think it's going to be GCN Daisy Cruiser. Now, I'm not 100% sure if Nintendo really wants to bring this track back, because I don't think there's that much more they could do with it. But why not just give it a graphical overhaul? It's a really beautiful track and a really relaxing track, so I'd love to see Daisy Cruiser come back. After that, I think Maple Tree Raid, they're going to give that another go. Again, Nintendo loves this track, so do the fans. It's another fan favourite track. It makes too much sense to bring it back. They kind of have to. And then to conclude the Berry Cup, I think 3DS Warriors Galeon, that track is going to look so good, and there's plenty of opportunities to use anti-gravity. I would love to see Warriors Galeon. It's one of my favourite tracks in Mario Kart 7. It has to come back. So after that, we're going to go on to the Boomerang Cup, which is the final cup for Wave 4. I think it's going to start off with N64 Sherbetland. I think Nintendo kind of likes this track, despite the fans not really liking it that much, but it's kind of an iconic track, so I can see it being brought back, especially over Frappe Snowland. And then next, I think it's going to be GCN Mushroom City. So another highway track. Of course, we got DS Shroom Ridge, which is confirmed to come back. So why not bring back another one, but this time takes place in the evening. So it will either be Mushroom City or Meaview Highway, but I think Mushroom City is slightly more likely to come back. And afterwards, I think it's going to be SNES Cooper Beach 2. I don't really know why, but I just kind of want to see another Cooper Beach, and I don't really like Cooper Beach 1 that much. So let's go with Cooper Beach 2. And afterwards, DS Waluigi Pinball. Again, it's a fan favourite. It makes too much sense to bring it back. I think it would not be a good decision if Nintendo didn't bring back Waluigi Pinball. So again, it has to come back. So yeah, that is the end of Wave 4. And we're now on to the penultimate wave, Wave 5. So I think for the Feather Cup is going to start off with 3DS Alpine Pass. Plenty of opportunities to use anti-gravity, since this track is quite elevated as well. So again, I would not be too surprised to see Alpine Pass. Next up is SNES Ghost Valley 3. And then afterwards will be N64 DK Jungle Parkway. Again, not too much to say about this track. I think it'll be a nice little track that Nintendo can bring back. Then afterwards, GCN Warrior Coliseum. Now, obviously, if they're going to bring back this track, I think it will be done in 3 sections rather than 2 full laps. I think it will make a bit more sense. And again, there's plenty of chances to use anti-gravity. It's a really fun track, and honestly, it really needs a remake, and I'm kind of surprised it hasn't come back already. The final cup of Wave 5 is the Double Cherry Cup, and I think we're going to have our final Mario Kart Tour track, which is iOS London Loop. That track will look so good if it comes back, so I really want London Loop to come back. Afterwards will be DSDK Pass. Again, nice little track. I think it will look really good in HD, so yeah, why not? Then afterwards will be GCN DK Mountain. I think there'll be quite a lot of chances for anti-gravity, since that track is quite floaty. So I think pretty much the whole of Volcano section could probably be in anti-gravity, and it will be really good. And then finally, the last track of the Double Cherry Cup, I think is going to be SNES Mario Circuit 1. So if this is going to be Nintendo's last ever Mario game, they might as well include the track that started it all to end off Wave 5. So that's the only reason why I think SNES Mario Circuit 1 is going to be the last track of Wave 5. And so last but not least, we're going to go on to the final wave, Wave 6. Now, I think the final wave, I think Nintendo is just going to dedicate this to Bowser's Castle and Rainbow Road. So I think the Acorn Cup is just going to be nothing but Bowser's Castles, and I think the Blue Shell Cup is going to be nothing but Rainbow Road. I think that'll be a really good way to end off the series, should this be Nintendo's final ever Mario Kart game to come out. So, to start off with the Acorn Cup, which is just going to consist of Bowser's Castle, I'm going to go for 2 of the more flatter retro Bowser's Castles, then the other 2 is going to be the more modern Bowser's Castle. So I think for the Acorn Cup, the first one's going to be SNES Bowser's Castle 2. Now, of course, I think Nintendo just totally forgot about SNES Bowser's Castle, because not one has come back. So I think this is definitely finally time for Nintendo to bring back SNES Bowser's Castle. So I think the second one is most likely to come back because there's a dead end in that track, and I think Nintendo can just turn that into a gliding jump. That's pretty much the sole reason why I think SNES Bowser's Castle 2 is more likely to come back over 1 and 3. And then next, I think we're going to have GBA Bowser's Castle 4, because GBA Bowser's Castle 1, 2 and 3 have all got a remakes, so it's 4's turn to have a remake. So I think GBA Bowser's Castle 4 is going to be next. Then after that, I think it's going to be DS Bowser's Castle. And then the final track to end off the Acorn Cup, I think it will be GCN Bowser's Castle. And then the final cup, which is going to be the Blue Shell Cup. And again, I think that is just going to be consistent of nothing but Rainbow Roads. Because the Blue Shell is one of the most coolest items in Mario Kart, and Rainbow Road is one of the most coolest tracks in the game. So I think it will make a lot of sense, and it will be a really good move for Nintendo to finally end off this epic DLC, which is a track that just consists purely of Rainbow Roads. So I think the first one is going to be GBA Rainbow Road. So I mean, they brought back the SNES, they brought back the N64, so next in line is going to be the GBA, so I think that'll be the first one. Second one I think will be the DS Rainbow Road, because it has a loop-to-loop and a corkscrew, so that's an obvious opportunity for anti-gravity to be implemented for DS Rainbow Road. Then next up I think is going to be Wii Rainbow Road, another fan favourite, one of the best Rainbow Roads in the series, but obviously not as good as the SNES obviously. So I think Nintendo could bring this one back. And then I think last but not least, the final track that Nintendo could potentially do before they completely abandon Mario Kart will be 3DS Rainbow Road, and that would be an awesome way to end off the series. If SNES Rainbow Road didn't come back in Mario Kart 8 DLC, I would have predicted SNES Rainbow Road to be last, but because it already did, let's go for the next one, which will be 3DS Rainbow Road. It's arguably one of the best Rainbow Roads in the franchise, another fan favourite, and I think it will be an awesome track to finally end off Mario Kart once and for all. Those are my predictions as to what retro tracks Nintendo will bring back from waves 2 through to 6. Now, I am so excited about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC. If this is the final project Nintendo will do before they completely abandon Mario Kart and move on to something else, maybe a Nintendo Kart or something like that, and then honestly I would not complain. This is an epic way to end off the series. I can't believe we're going to be given 96 Mario Kart tracks by the end of 2023. That is just insane. 96 Mario Kart tracks. My word. Nintendo truly loves Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and wants to prolong this game's existence for as long as possible, and I'm totally okay with that. I am totally okay with that. So once we've got the full game and all 6 waves have come out, I'm going to be doing a reacting to a predicting video. So I'm going to be reacting to how many predictions I got right and how many I got wrong, and my overall thoughts and feelings of the new DLC for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So until then, thank you all for watching. I cannot wait for this DLC to come out, and until then, I shall see you all next Friday. Goodbye.